Mikey, Buddha, and William Waffles.
I don't drink soda.
I got ears. You got ears?
I got ears. I got eyes. I got eyes in the game. I got eyes on you. And this is the Natural Habitat Podcast. Welcome to the show. My name is Mikey Booyah.
And I'm Awesome Ty. That camera seem a little leany?
It seems a little leany. It seems a little off keel.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and check that real quick.
Just level it up. Get the bubbles right in the middle.
I feel better about that. How's that look? How you feel? Looks better, right? Looks more professional. It's lined up. Looks square.
Squared away to me.
Squared away. All right. You ready?
Yeah, I'm looking up something to see if it's a meme or a real story. This meme is in the form of a tweet from NPR.
Oh, okay.
And the headline is, "Good news. Prancer, the 13-pound gremlin chihuahua who hates men and children and was described as a vessel for a traumatized Victorian child, has been adopted by a 36-year-old single lesbian couple in Connecticut."
That is good news.
Yeah.
Or is it a meme?
I just want to, in case it is real, I want to congratulate Prancer on finding a home for sure. I mean, that's the important thing here. The sexual preference of Prancer's, adopted parent is really no
irrelevant,
concern to me.
right?
Yeah. Did Prancer find a home?
And why is NPR so concerned with the status of their relationship and whether or not
this is real. This is real, baby.
Oh, it is?
We got multiple sources. We got the Today Show.
The Today Show.
The Today Show. So Prancer is apparently very well known.
Hey, well, congratulations, Prancer.
I'm glad you found a new home with this lesbian woman, and I'm happy for the both of you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And that's a good segue for today's episode. Finding your
partner.
Your partner. Yes. Yeah.
That's right. Anybody whether it be a man or a woman, boyfriend, girlfriend, or
just a life partner,
partner,
somebody you can spend your time with, and
a business partner, even
a business partner, like a video game partner, someone to play video game,
just player two,
someone to waste away this life on Earth with.
Yeah. And as Ty said before, this is the Natural Habitat Podcast, and we are here to help you guys. That's always been our number one priority, is to help the listener, guide you guys. We're like your big brothers.
Yeah, we're like a coach that just kind of follows you from a distance, and you can't really see us, but you can hear us calling out plays, calling out information, guiding you, kind of giving you the
in your head.
Because we've been there. We don't know what your situation is.
Don't football players have like headsets and like earphones?
I think the quarterback and the middle linebacker traditionally have the earpieces.
Okay.
And they're taking the information and then relaying it onto their teammates.
On our team, you guys are all quarter linebackers.
That's right.
And we're Quarterbacks and the coach.
The coach, really just situationally, we're the star players. The star players. It doesn't matter the position. We're the guys that you want in the game, and you're the guys that need a little bit of coaching, a little bit of.
So take it from the MVPs, which is MVPs. It's a pluralized, the most valuable player. MVPs, and we're gonna give you all kinds of advice. And if you are single, then by the end of this episode, you will have the tools that you need to go and get yourself a life partner, business partner, whatever it may be. And if you are currently in a relationship, you might learn that, you're not happy and you can do better.
Yeah, you can maybe
upgrade. You settled,
Sure. I mean, like you've got a car, right? And you can either try to fix that car and replace the parts and rebuild this car. And if it's a really nice car to begin with, like, you might choose that route. But for the most of you, it's going to be cheaper in the long run to just take your old car and trade it in for something better, even if it's only slightly better, like maybe something a little bit newer.
Even, just new and exciting.
Just newer, like new to you even. It doesn't have to be like a brand new car, just like a different car.
Once again,
any different car.
Once again, beautiful metaphor, Ty. You killed it with the metaphor. That was great. That's great with trading in your spouse. Do you have to be married to be a spouse?
Yes.
Okay, trading in your...
No, it doesn't have to be your spouse.
Your partner.
It could be your girlfriend, your boyfriend,
You trade them in like a car.
Your podcast co-host.
You trade them in, like a car.
I mean, how many different podcast co-hosts have you had?
There's been a lot.
Yeah. So, I mean, really, realistically, I mean, like, if something goes wrong here, Mikey's best bet is to just like replace me as opposed to trying to fix any disagreements we may have.
Yeah, just get something new. Something fresh.
Bring in a new guy.
Yeah. So we have a lot of this for you today.
Yeah, game. You're soaking up game. We're putting you up on game.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always considered myself a bit of a Casanova. I'm not going to call myself a pickup artist because like I picked up one woman. But should I have chosen to pick up multiple women?
There's a lot of artists.
I could have. You know what I mean? Like I have the game of a pickup artist, but like I choose not to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that part of me, that pickup artist, is in me, and I'm just ready to like let it out and help some of these guys that are maybe struggling a little bit with their.
There's a lot of artists that had one piece that they were famous for that they did. Mona Lisa, that was like Leonardo da Vinci's like only thing. Was it Da Vinci? No, I don't think Da Vinci. Did Da Vinci paint the Mona Lisa?
I don't know.
Does that sound right?
Hey, Siri. Oh, nope.
Yeah.
Damn it. I already did it. It's going to set it off when I'm listening to this.
Let's see. The Mona Lisa. Leonardo da Vinci. So Da Vinci painted the Mona Lisa. He did nothing else. Da Vinci didn't do a single thing.
He was a one-trick pony.
Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby. Like a lot of artists. These guys are artists, but they just had their one hit. Just like you landed the one woman.
Sure, and
still an artist.
Even Vanilla Ice had that song on the Turtles movie soundtrack. So like really, like Vanilla Ice, 2-trick, like 1.5 trick pony. Leonardo da Vinci, 1-trick pony. One and done.
So before we get into these, how was your Thanksgiving? How'd your stuffing turn out?
It was good, yeah.
No onions, no celery?
No onions, no celery. No, I did garlic and artichoke hearts.
Oh, yeah. That sounds good.
Yeah, it was
artichoke hearts.
Yeah.
I
think some people were a little weirded out by it. Actually, I didn't make enough of it because like I'm not a stuffing guy. So like I thought, okay, just one package of stuffing for the entire, dozen people that I was cooking for, and that probably didn't cut it. But
yeah, true.
I think my old lady's family kind of scoffed at it. They were like, "What are these artichoke hearts doing in this traditional Thanksgiving stuffing?"
Really, they gave you a little sass on it.
I may have, or maybe they just like politely passed on it when I know if there was celery and onions in there. They would have been getting down.
Gobbled that shit up.
They would have been getting down at Stuffing Town.
The stuffing. Actually, now that I think about it, there was no stuffing at my Thanksgiving dinner. It was a stuffing. Yeah, there was no stuffing. I don't think. Yeah, no stuffing, which is fine with me.
Was this like a? Where was this?
A homeless shelter.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. I mean, a homeless shelter. You gotta be appreciative of what they're offering you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you can't really complain.
Yeah. No, I went to my sister's house, and I was, me and my niece were partially in charge of the sides and everything.
Oh, so one of you dropped? Was it you? Did you drop the ball on the stuffing?
Maybe. I don't know. I could have.
Like, was the rest of your family? Obviously, they probably didn't call you out on it, but
no.
Like, were they like all secretly thinking like,
"Where's the stuffing?
What did you just bring rolls? Thanks for the roll, Mikey."
I made a charcuterie board that was a
charcuterie board, known as a Thanksgiving staple for sure,
and mashed potatoes.
Okay. You brought the mash. You're good. That's all you had to do.
Yeah.
So really, like, you bring the mash, like charcuterie board. That's bonus. That's bonus round.
Yeah. And then, a couple days before that, I had done acid, and that I really think just helped me separate. Like you've heard of an ego death. Like no. I did like a stuffing death where like I just separated myself from stuffing.
Oh, and so it's like
and I'm no
parted
longer
ways with it?
Yeah, I'm no longer tied down or influenced by stuffing.
Yeah, because I mean, it had really had a hold on you. We were all
It
concerned.
really did. We did a whole episode about it last week. But I did acid with all of my roommates and my girlfriend, my roommate, and we did a normal amount of acid. 1 acid per person.
Sure. Yeah, you take the acid
and then we're hanging out, we're having a good time, listening to music, doing some painting, stuff like that. Great vibe, eating mandarins, which was fun. That was a lot of fun on acid. Little mandarin oranges.
Yeah, that'd probably be weird.
Yeah. And then we kind of, got to the point to where we like had peaked, and then we're kind of doing this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I, had proposed the idea of doing more acid.
Doing a little bit more.
Let's do a little more acid.
That's where my head would be at when I
Yeah.
start coming down off drugs. Sure.
So everyone was like, cool. Raven was like, yeah, I'll do some more. But she works night shifts, so it was time for her to get ready for bed pretty soon.
Yeah.
She didn't have to work the next day, but still, like, her body was tired. She had worked all night and been up.
Sure, and like she hasn't put herself through the abuse you have, probably.
Yeah, absolutely not. And then our roommate was like, I'll do it if you're doing it. So she, could have gone without it.
Yeah.
But we all did it, and then shortly after that,
they still just went to bed, right?
Yeah, everybody parted ways.
Yeah. I'll do your drugs, but I'm not going to hang out with you and make it fun.
Yep. And then I was up by myself on drugs.
I've been there on mushrooms, and like you start having a bad trip because of it, because you're like, this wasn't expected. Acid's not really like one of those drugs where you're like, you can just like keep taking it and necessarily have a good time.
Yeah,
you're just, I mean? Like,
yeah, it definitely it'll change on you real quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then just being alone when you have this whole vibe with everyone. And that's 100%. Where for a second I was like, I don't know.
I've been on mushroom trips like that where we were all just like shrooming, like all of a sudden, like, I think it was probably like 3 of us shrooming, having a good time. One dude starts having a bad trip, and then the other dude's just like, yeah, I'm going to go home. And then I'm like, what? Like, we're supposed to be fucking like shrooming out. And this is when I was like 16, mind you, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm
and it just turns into a spiral.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of thought that was going to happen for a second, but then it ended up being fine. I was watching Off the Air, the Adult Swim show.
Oh, that's so fucking weird.
Yeah, and it's designed to watch while you're on drugs.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So that's perfect on drugs. I was watching that by myself. And then
you can watch that sober and feel like you're on drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think I only have probably.
And I think, sober, it's already fun. And you feel like you're on drugs. And then on drugs, it's like a whole other thing.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, like, watching it with other people that are on drugs because everybody's, like, interpreting it a different way.
I watched a lot of early Adult Swim on drugs, like 12 Ounce Mouse.
Yeah.
Remember? Like, that was a really weird one on drugs just because it was, like, I feel like the same thing. Like, that was designed to, like, almost feel like you're.
Yeah. It almost, like, induces that state.
And then, Tim and Eric, of course.
Yeah.
Fucking all those.
And then when I was coming down, I gained a whole appreciation for Joe Pera that I never had before.
Oh yeah, comfort. That's a good come down thing.
Yeah,
I mean, you're on like some strong drugs. Like Joe Pera talking to you is. I mean that also. So like that could be the entire like intent behind these programs. Like Off the Air is for when you're like tripping.
Yeah, when you're peaking.
You're like it fucks you up, and then. Joe Pera is to bring you back to Earth safely. So I
think that like the old shows like Moral Oral and like Adult or not Adult Swim, that's the network, but Aqua Teen Hunger Force, like stuff like that would be good for when you first take the drugs and you're not feeling them yet.
Yeah.
And you're just watching something that's still like coherent, kind of. And then Off the Air when you're peaking, Joe Pera when you're coming down. I watched like this hour-long. It was like a compilation of relaxing footage that Joe Pera had in his vault that he like provided to Adult Swim and then narrated the whole thing with stories about random stuff. And I had known about Joe Pera, but I didn't really understand it until I watched it coming down off of acid. But it was a cool, like, I was just like in my room. And another thing that was cool is that Raven was next to me in the bed asleep. So I had like a person in there in a body,
Yeah,
so I wasn't by
alone.
myself.
You could wake somebody up and be like, "Hey, like these demons
I'm
are
freaking out."
fucking
And I was like,
the barricade.
I'm just sitting there watching weird shit and thinking about I went on this like thing about like decentralized media. Like I was thinking about like how media was like only so many sources for like so many years. There was like newspapers, and then there was the like 4 or 5 TV channels, and then there was like the internet started having all these different like media sources, and it was, oh, that's fake news. If you read it on the internet, it's fake. And then now there's like, the media isn't owned by anybody. Like so many less people watch CNN and Fox than they do Joe Rogan, for example, a year ago. But people like have their alternate sources where they get their media and where they get their information. And I think that it's like a scramble right now, but within the next like 10 years, the whole like way that people distribute information is going to change, which is like what I was going down on in my rabbit hole on acid, which is better than like, I'm such a piece of shit and my life's a mess and like a bad trip like that, you know?
Yeah, sure.
So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it sounds I watched last time I was tripping, I watched like the weirdest alien documentary, but it was like it was like a, you know, like a typical low budget streaming service alien doc, but it like stuck with me. And like it was really, if I sat here for like 10 or 15 minutes, I could probably Google my way into finding the name, but it's not worth it. But it was just a really weird alien documentary that like,
that sounds fun.
It was different than the others, and it was more sinister, and like it was just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it like partially scarred me. And I think that was just like coming down on mushrooms.
Yeah, shit gets weird. Definitely. So yeah, that was fun. It was a fun Thanksgiving week, you know?
Sounds eventful, yeah. You got a little bit of turkey, no stuffing, a little bit of acid, a little bit more acid, no stuffing still.
No stuffing.
Okay.
Ham and turkey, actually.
Yeah, I had ham and turkey too.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yep. That's the way to go, really.
So we hope that everybody out there also had a great holiday. And if and that you spent it with someone that you love and that you cherish.
Yeah, that loves you.
And if you didn't, then we are going to make sure that next Thanksgiving you do with these tips.
It would be funny if we just kept like teasing this and then just like drifting into other subjects and just being like, yeah, so that's how you pick up a woman.
Just talk about acid and decentralized media. That'll get them.
Wasn't there something else that just happened?
Black Friday happened.
Black Friday, yeah, sure. Then we can talk about that.
Yeah, Black Friday went down.
I was in the stores. Were you in the stores?
Slightly
see it going down. Like you were, you participated in Black Friday in some form.
Yes, I went to a local Target, and I went in the morning, which you think is peak Black Friday.
Yeah, you
hours,
think that's
right?
the blackest of Friday.
The blackest Friday of all is Friday morning before the sun rises, and I was in there, you know, a couple hours after sunrise, and went in and I saw Black Friday preparations. There was like a barricade that they had built for people to line up in.
Too, yep.
Like, so they were gonna corral the masses or attempt to.
It seemed almost needless and almost like it would just be like creating more of a problem by creating this ultra narrow line. So
yeah,
where, like it's gonna go back farther because it's so narrow. But yeah. It was pretty tame though. Otherwise, it wasn't the huge riotous Black Friday that we've come to know and love. I might add, over the years. I feel like the pandemic kind of last year there was no Black Friday. This year, you know, I'm thinking Friday is going to be pretty black. You know, there's going to be some hot deals. I'm going to avoid, you know, like I was trying not to work in Target. Like I was trying to avoid that area. But it was pretty mellow, all things considered. Yeah.
I was going to pull up video of Black Friday and then just show video from Astroworld of the crowd at Astroworld.
Yeah, so Black Friday probably way less
casualties in Astroworld.
Yeah, as far as like tramplings, way less tramplings. Trampling deaths than Astroworld, yeah. So
because, like you said, last year there was no Black Friday because of the pandemic, and now this year people are still.
Astroland was only in one location, whereas Target, I mean, there's thousands of them across the country, and they all have good deals.
Yeah, Black Friday
going right now. I might add up to 60% off select items.
Black Friday's.
And when you use your Target Red card, you save 5% every time.
You really do. Then I thought that was a lie when I heard it, and it's true.
Oh, it's true, baby.
Yeah. So let's see, Black Friday. What else? Oh yeah, speaking of Black Friday, Black Friday is a great time to get a gift for the one that you love. And if you don't love anyone yet, then you will after you receive these tips. Speaking of acid, how I was talking about doing acid, I have this DMT that a friend of the show gave to me. And it was actually, I don't know if I've told this story before, but I shouldn't say who it was. But someone who...
Free candy.
who is...
Sending you DMT, Canadian DMT.
Yeah. Someone who's a friend of the show, listened to the show, and heard me say that I wanted to do DMT, but I didn't have like a trusted source that I could get it from. So they brought me DMT along with a testing kit so that I could test it to see that it was like legit.
Wow.
And also gave it to me and didn't charge me anything. Did it all like shamanistic. So it was like a special transaction from a friend instead of me buying DMT. Like
when your dispensary gives you a free gift, but they charge you a penny for it, like that.
I mean, not even. I didn't pay anything for this.
You didn't even pay a penny.
No. Hold on.
I think that's illegal then.
What, to gift?
Yeah, you can't give the DMT dealer has to charge you a penny for the DMT, otherwise it's illegal.
You know what? He did. There was something about like a penny for your thoughts.
Okay, yeah, that's what he meant.
But maybe I misunderstood.
No, that's what he was trying to. I mean, you really put that guy in jeopardy with the DEA, really.
Yeah, sorry about that. Thank you for clarifying.
But did you take the DMT yet?
I didn't. I've been like trying to mentally prepare myself.
How do you do DMT? Like, do you snort it?
You smoke it.
You smoke it? Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So this is like DMT in a powder form.
How do you smoke it in like a meth pipe?
Well, I'm going to use a dab rig.
Like
I'm going to stick it to a dab and then just like on a hot. So yeah, you just need to heat it up in glass.
Just like a dab rig. Is that like the standard of like how people normally do it?
I think they normally would smoke it in like a meth pipe.
Like a meth pipe, okay.
Or like a crack pipe with like maybe... Yeah, probably a meth pipe would be like an oil burner.
You could use foil if you had to, basically. Yeah. It's that type of thing.
Or foil.
Just
a powder you need to heat up.
As low as you want to go with it.
Mm-hmm. So I am going to choose to smoke this in a dab.
That's a little classier.
Yeah, right? And I've been trying to mentally prepare myself for this ever since I was gifted this, quite some time ago. And I'm ready now. I'm now ready.
You're ready for are you like ready now?
No, not right now. I'm going to do it at the beach so that I'm like in the sand. I can freak out because like sometimes you freak out when people smoke it. They like
I'm really curious to get
thing.
Like the specifics of how your experience, like the ins and outs, because people will just be like, "Oh, I was at one with God," or all of like I have all this wisdom, like it's just like non-specific, like like stuff that only you would be able to process. Like I want to know, the details, the gory details.
Well, you could see the best way to describe it is right when you come out of it. Because it like starts fading away like a dream,
you should shoot like a journal.
Yeah.
And we'll play it on.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this is my thing. The only thing that's stopping me from doing it is that I don't have someone that would.
Are you asking me to come babysit you while you do DMT on the beach? Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't have someone that will watch me while I do it, because you have to have someone that's like watching over you and making sure that you don't throw up and it's like fucking choke on your vomit or whatever.
Yeah.
and like hit your head on anything, which is why I want to do it like on the beach in the sand.
Wait, so is this one of those things where you like self-induce the vomit? Like you want to vomit?
No, like,
or am I thinking of like ayahuasca? Is that what it is?
Yeah, ayahuasca, I think you vomit. But
vomit and then
ayahuasca is the one that lasts like 6 hours. And when you smoke DMT, it's only like 5 minutes.
It's like a nitrous type deal. Or like a salvia.
Yeah. And it's comes on super quick and then fades away really fast. But in your head, you're gone for hours.
Like light years. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. You like a whole lifetime, I've heard people say.
But then 15 minutes after you take it, it's completely out of your system. So your body's like chemically the same as it was before you smoked it.
So there's no harsh come down?
Yeah, you just go back to normal.
For 16 hours, you can go work the rest of your day?
Yeah.
So you could do it on like a lunch break and then...
Yeah, exactly.
Like what? Then what's the downside to doing DMT all the time on your lunch break?
Well, I think that DMT is one of the things where it was like one of the psychonaut guys, like Terrence McKenna or something like that, said with psychedelics, once you get the message to hang up the phone. So like once you do DMT, like you're just like, I get it. I don't need DMT anymore or any other drugs. Like I got it.
Oh, okay. So
you get it.
So if I should just do DMT once and I'll be like,
you got it.
So like that's okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing is that I don't want to have my girlfriend do it because she doesn't really know a lot about DMT, and that would be terrifying for her to see me like spazzing and freaking out and seizing. Plus, I also might not do that. I might my eyes might flutter around and I might just lay back.
Wait, would I be charged with like murdering you if I were like
That's
supervising you? Like we'd have to look into the legality of that.
Yeah,
you might have to get 1-800-LAWYER on the horn for that one before we do that. Just because I mean I have children, I can't be charged with your homicide.
Yeah, we'll ask 1-800-LAWYER. But I mean, yeah, that is kind of tricky, right?
I mean, I didn't give you the DMT, and
No.
I'm just like I'm almost like if a designated driver, if like somebody dies of alcohol poisoning, like is the designated driver responsible? No.
Here, this is what
he's giving you a ride home. I'm making sure you don't, like
here, like this
jump
is
in the ocean or something.
this is what I'll give you, the olive branch that I'll reach out to you. I am willing to, before I smoke this DMT, part of the documentary that we're going to be recording about it, I will record a piece that is me kind of surprising you with this DMT. I'll be heating up the dab rig. We'll be taking dabs, just regular dabs on the beach, you know. You'll go walk away. I'll dip the DMT.
Why would we be taking dabs on the beach?
Because the wind. You can't smoke a bowl. And it's windy, so you use the torch to take the dabs.
So have you ever brought in a dab rig and a torch to the beach and taken dabs?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think about people that smoke dabs all the time or more than they do flower. Like Bill's one of those people.
I mean, I've never seen
He constantly has like a nectar collector and a rig in his car.
Bill's like the exception to that rule. I could see Bill literally just chilling on the beach with like an enormous torch and a dab rig.
Yeah.
But like nobody else I know I could like Bill's probably the only person.
Well, just because it's outlandish doesn't mean that it's impossible.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. California, right? It's
okay.
possible.
So this is another branch that I'll reach out. I'll also record videos leading up to this and post them on my social medias of me taking dabs at the beach. So that way, this is a normal thing that I do.
Okay, it's been established.
It's been established.
In the eyes of the court. That's all that matters.
Because
this is establishing like some sort of alibi or this is covering me, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll also have to scrub the internet of this episode of the podcast, or would that exonerate me? No, this whole episode exonerates me, right? Because we're establishing that I'm just going there like
because you know what I'm going to be doing and you know the consequences of it. And you didn't do anything to stop me.
Is DMT that lethal? Is it? You're not like going and like shooting a pair.
Yeah, it's not lethal, but I mean there is a risk that it's fentanyl. You know, I didn't test it.
Sure,
just because he brought the test kit, that was enough for me to. That was just as much as a positive tests for DMT.
It's not like I would have ever given you like drugs that like question the authenticity of, you know what I mean? Like, it might have been fentanyl. It's okay. So
So yeah, man, I don't know. This is probably gonna make you look pretty guilty, but we could edit this whole thing out.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna be talking about the dating stuff anyway. We're gonna be telling them.
Yeah, we've got some great tips on the way. We're gonna take you from I was trying to think
punk to hunk. How's that?
From something over. What rhymes with?
From skunk. What do you? Give me one of your words, and then
I can't give you the second word because it would give away the rhyme.
Yeah, you're right.
Here,
but
I'll text you the rhyme.
But yeah, dude, if you would actually for real come with me to do that DMT, that would be great. Because I need someone.
From a to a.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
We're gonna teach you how to go from
see, I feel like if I say one out loud that doesn't really work, that it's gonna give away the rhyme. You know what I mean? But you will? Will you?
Yeah, probably.
All right. Yeah, probably. So, let's see.
Okay, okay, I got one. I got one.
All right, thank God.
We're gonna teach you how to go from a gap-toothed hillbilly in Oklahoma to a California Casanova.
Hey, there it is, with a bunch of tips on how to date. So first, we have so what are we doing? Tips on what?
Oh, well, I think first we should establish the type of guy that we're speaking to, we're catering to with these tips.
Yeah, most of our listeners,
a lot of you guys, you're sorry,
they're male, but
I'd say that's
a majority of our listeners are male.
I mean, maybe a slight majority, but you're male. You're maybe you're not exercising and eating right as much as you should be. Maybe you're doing a little bit of recreational substances and having a real good time, but you're not taking care of yourself, and you're on the outward appearance, you're not doing anything to help yourself pulling these women. So we're gonna have to get your game up to par. We're gonna have to teach you how to be the guy that's so cool and charismatic that his physical appearance, hygiene, lifestyle, financial situation, living situation, none of these things are going to matter because you're going to have game.
Yeah, you're going to be a smooth operator.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm. And I think that we should start with just some of these tips that are, a lot of people don't know what to do, how to make that first step, how to even go out and approach someone that you're interested in, a person of any gender.
No, perhaps you're just getting into the dating and relationship world, or maybe you're just getting out of a long-term relationship because you've chosen to leave that dud in the rear view.
That dud in the mud.
Yep.
Leave that dud in the mud.
You pushed them in the mud, and then you're not looking back in that rear view.
So these are just a couple of pointers and a couple of tricks,
tidbits
that'll get you from alone to gonna bone. Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll work on that. So first, when you meet someone that you're interested in, you want to hint that you want to date by asking her to do a fun activity. So what's something that's fun, Ty? Think of something fun.
Sex is really fun. So that's like, and
fun.
She's, that's a mutually exclusive fun thing for most people. So that might be the way, and that's your end game. So why not cut the shenanigans? Hint that you're looking for sex. You know what I mean? Do you want to go and physically have sex with me? If not, ask something else. Okay, be like, okay, that's fine. We don't have to fuck, but do you want to go out rowboating with me?
Yeah. and some like meet in the middle somewhere.
Exactly.
But you definitely want to reach for the stars at first, just like when you're negotiating, you don't want to undersell yourself right away. You want to say if it's a job that you're going to do for $100, you'll be like, 150.
Yeah. Shoot for Neptune, reach the moon.
Yeah.
You shoot for Neptune, which is really far. You're going to hit the moon, and the moon's good. Still, it's the next closest thing.
And then, before we get to the next tip, I swear we're going to get back to the tips. I was watching this video the other day on the Amazon review killer. Have you ever heard of this guy? He's this guy that had murdered a handful of people and kidnapped this girl, had her held in like this storage container on his property, and was buying these things off of Amazon that he was using for his murders, and then leaving reviews on the Amazon page talking about all of the murders that he was committing with them. And people thought that he was like a troll or just thought it was funny.
Oh, he was like outright being like, yeah.
And he was like, I got this chain.
It worked for cutting her bones up.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it. And the cops like ended up, pinging these missing people's cell phone to his property, and then went to his house with a search warrant and found this girl like in a storage container.
Which he purchased on Amazon.
Yeah.
Got it through Prime within, like a storage container you could probably get next day on Prime.
Yeah, Prime's lit, dude. That second day shipping.
Sometimes it's one. I've had things.
I've heard of people ordering things on Prime and get same
day delivery from Prime.
Same day. And they did their first Amazon drone delivery the other day too, like last week.
They've been doing that, I thought. No?
Or
is that brand new? Or is it just expanding maybe?
Or like here, like in our area.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Because they never had them anywhere here. I know that they're supposed to be building the Amazon factory in St. Louis or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Which would be cool,
Yeah.
Or was it where the California Youth Authority is, out by the airport? Was that what they were going to turn into it?
And Amazon, you're welcome to come take over whatever you want.
You need like a huge, giant, massive, like their factories look like something out of like a movie, like a zombie movie. Mm-hmm. The mall that they all go to, where it's like way too big.
I've heard that they're buying up all the old malls that are going out of business and turning them into distribution centers.
Malls are still going out of business?
Yeah, there's still malls left, and Amazon is actually like actively buying up old malls and turning them into just what you said, distribution centers.
Man, that'd be crazy because like all the stores would be like the different like sections.
Yeah.
So it would be like electronics is in the Ralph Lauren store, and then cosmetics is over in Hot Topic.
Yep, you've got your modern toys in that shut down KB.
And you got Heelys, and you got a timer that's ticking, and you're not allowed to pee. And that's what it's like to work at Amazon, I hear.
Yeah, and you sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement about anything that you might be questionable.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of stuff that we don't know because they're bound to these non-disclosure agreements, and we don't know. I mean, there's a lot that hasn't come out yet, like a Mad Max type situation. You know what I mean? Inside these distribution centers where they're all like pit against each other, and it's some sort of like Thunderdome, yeah, sure.
Yeah, Thunderdome for sure. It's a Thunderdome for numbers. Because I heard that, like the big thing is that you can pee, but your timer doesn't stop.
No.
And you have to like pick an item every 30 seconds.
Because on Amazon, the orders don't stop and the savings don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
So
until you drop, which is literally die in an Amazon factory.
Yeah.
I wonder how many deaths they've had in the Amazon factory.
Tons. So many.
Yeah. Probably not as many as we have tips.
Tips for you on how to get a girlfriend, a sweetie.
Yeah. So once you hint that you're ready to go out.
Yeah, maybe you wink at her a couple of times and be like, hey, do you want to go to the movies?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go to the movies or Netflix and chill? That's like the ultimate one, right?
Yeah.
Because like when you say Netflix and chill,
that's sex.
Yeah, that's sex, and like,
but it's also
neither watching Netflix or chilling.
But you're
having sex, and
you have it in and you have it out. much like sex and different types of belly buttons.
Yeah, because
you have your in, which is Netflix and chill, which means sex. And then you have your out, which is if they don't want to fuck, you could be like, no, I meant like actually chill and watch Netflix. So you could be like, no.
I think it's like jumped the shark now to where like you couldn't do that anymore. Now it's just like you could probably, if you were to like ask somebody in the workplace, Netflix and chill, you're getting fired. That's like cause for certain. You know what I mean? Like that's crossed the pop culture lexicon threshold to like harassment now.
You're right. So don't ask if they want a Netflix.
I mean, you
could
rephrase it. You could be like, "Hey, do you want to watch a movie and hang out?" That's still good. Like that would still be perfectly fine.
Yeah, you could say, "I want a Hulu and do you," or whatever, like all the other ones.
Yep, that's fair game. That's perfectly fine in the workplace.
So once you find out if this person is interested or not, whatever the answer may be, if it's no, maybe you just have to give them some time. And next, what you're going to want to do is maybe find out, ask them, or overhear their name. And then,
so you don't even know the name of this person?
No, you just met this person.
Oh, wow.
You're just interested.
Oh, wow. So you're going up to a stranger and asking them if you want to okay.
I mean, I assume in this scenario.
I was thinking this was like an acquaintance or like at least somebody that you had like a previous interaction with.
It could be because that makes it even easier to go and find.
You got to like chat them up a little bit. You can't just be like, hey, complete stranger who I've never spoken with, do you want to go and like have like a date or any sort of like one-on-one friend interaction even? Like you got to...
See, this is where I disagree. I think that you need to approach, you need to put out your hand.
No, I'm just talking about like by traditional standards, you know what I mean?
I think that you
Because I think the ultra-aggressive approach is the way to go here.
Okay, yeah, good.
Yeah.
But yes, okay, by traditional standards, there should be some sort of courting period. Or is courting when you're dating, right? So a pre-courting...
So we're trying to date, though, right?
A pre-courting courtship.
No, courting is when you're trying to... Yeah, this is courting. This is courting.
So the next step of courting in the process would be finding their social medias. What'd you lose?
Oh, no. Oh.
Finding their social medias and... scrolling through there, finding pictures of them that you like, finding their interests. This will cut out a lot of time in like the conversation. You know what I mean? You got to go like, hey, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite band? You look through the social medias, you learn it all. You good?
Yeah, I was looking for my little black book of all the women's names that I've courted. I carry like a little black book. A lot of people use these. They put these numbers in their cell phones. Not me. I mean, that's not my style. But yeah, continue.
Little black
I
book.
digress.
So yeah, you should go. You should skip all the conversation, learn everything about them on their social medias. They screenshot some stuff.
Social media, another thing you can look for is a social security number, and it's another thing that it's going to teach you a lot about a person. You can learn their credit. I mean, pretty much any information you want to get about this. So if you're able
past
to
addresses,
obtain,
current addresses,
go for social media first, and if you're able to dig a little bit deeper, maybe you have access to the dark web. Maybe you have the Onion browser. Just go ahead and try to see if you can pop around for that social security number as well.
Then once you get all this information, you want to get ready to approach this person. And that's going to be looking your best.
Yeah, and that's where we come in. That's one of the things we can really help you with is, I mean, you see both of us on a weekly basis. If you just go, like through the past episodes, you see us looking
presentable, stylish, fashionable.
Yeah. If I learned one thing,
hip,
if nothing else from
hip.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hip. Very hip. Yep.
Hip.
And you know what? It's not hip to be square.
No.
Huey Lewis and the news. I got news for you, Huey Lewis. It's not hip to be square.
It's not.
Okay. You want to be hip. It's not square to be hip. It's hip to be hip.
It's hip to be hip. And it's square to be square.
Yeah. So you want to look your sharpest. If there's one thing that ZZ Top has taught me, and they've taught me a lot of things, it's that every girl's crazy about a sharp dressed man.
Yeah.
So what we're going to suggest is, now I haven't done this myself because, again, I've been locked down for a long time. I'm no longer in the game, so to speak. But what I would suggest is
Until my trousers,
growing
all on my lunch break.
Hey, what?
It's also why I use SAP Concur Solutions to automate my business plan.
growing a ZZ Top like beard.
Jesus.
You
Sorry
know,
about that.
you know, like you know what I'm talking about? They had the long beards.
Yeah. You want to do the long beard, and then you also
and that's
want
like
to
a
get
fashionable thing right now.
you want to get the
see-
leather jacket with the spikes on the.
Yes. Now,
on the
regardless
shoulders?
of your political affiliation, you're going to want to present yourself as a conservative. Like, you know, you grow out the beard. You're definitely going to want to make tribute to law enforcement or perhaps the Marines or something in your regular attire.
Mm-hmm.
That's a key.
Yeah, that'll help a lot. And then you want to this says brush your teeth. Oh, and then learn guitar is also a step.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to go ahead and teach yourself a discipline that takes years to accomplish. You can just take some YouTube courses. You can learn a couple songs.
Yeah, and some people just
Pretend
might not
you
be
know
able
the
to
rest.
pick it up at all.
Yeah.
It might just be inevitable. And if that's the case, if you're not able to pick up acoustic guitar throughout years of practice, then you're just not going to find anybody, and you're destined to
Yeah,
be
maybe you're not worthy
a
to
celibate
date.
or an incel or whatever they may be called.
But my advice is to look up guitar tabs instead of actual guitar chords, because guitar tabs, it'll just tell you where to put your fingers for the basic noise instead of having to play the whole thing. And then you could do like a dumb version of the song.
you fake your
Nobody
way
knows
through
the
it.
difference.
Or,
you know?
or you do it in like a loud environment so where like they can't hear
Yeah.
it that well.
So you go to her Facebook page, her Instagram. You go to her house. You go listen outside of her car.
work,
You listen. You find a song she likes. Right. You learn the song on guitar.
And to like know where these places are, you're gonna have to do what I like to call a little bit of pre-production. And by that, before you start doing these things, you're gonna have to do a bit of following her around and getting an idea. I would suggest 7 days. Get a full 7 days in, just following her around from say the time she leaves her house to the time she returns, and that way you can get a real good idea as to where she is. And because you can't play her a good acoustic guitar if you
don't know where she's at.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You got to be ready to do it, and you got to know where she's at. So, also great advice for someone that you want to court. Just know where they're at all the time.
Yeah, exactly. And
you want to protect them. You want to know they're safe.
Now, in the 90s, maybe this would have been like a big thing, but now you can get a tracking device so easily that if you know what car she drives, or he, I'm not trying to, or they.
Yeah. Think about all the crevices.
Let's just saying they.
Think about all the crevices in your car that you never
you can
look
easily,
at.
like right now on the Wish app, you can get like a working tracker that you can just plant this little bug guy on their car, and then you know exactly where they're going.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And then you want to while you're following this person.
No, we skipped one.
Oh, did we?
Be comfortable with being alone, which I disagree with. You should not be comfortable being alone, because that's like where you're at.
That's the whole point of this, is trying to find
where
someone.
you're at. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like,
you should be uncomfortable
you've been alone
there.
for far too long. Like
Yeah.
you should not be confident with that. You should not be comfortable. So and that should be visible.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like she should pick up on that and know, like she's gonna see that you've been by yourself for way too long now. So she's
You want to be
gonna-
overly excited. You want to be sweaty. You want to be desperate.
Yes, desperation. Like
You want to let her know right away. Do you or do you not want kids?
yes.
When do you want your wedding to be?
And again, all of these things, maybe they're contrary to popular belief, but again, we know what we're talking about.
So how you've been doing it your way, and how's it worked out? Not great. You're alone. So maybe take the advice from us, a couple guys in relationships.
I have 2 children, so I've fucked at least twice, and probably
least.
more than that.
At least.
Probably more.
And I don't have sex yet, but that's just a personal choice because of my relationship with Jesus.
No, but he has a relationship with a woman.
Yeah, not
I think
just with Jesus.
I don't really ever see her, but
She's real.
yeah.
She's real. So don't be comfortable being alone.
No, yeah.
No man is an island.
And I think that might just be a typo. That should be obvious.
Yeah, that should say
Uncomfortable.
maybe it's 4B, like section 4B. Then while you're waiting to get to know this person more, you want to find more girls.
Yeah. Even if you
more
like
and
this
more
one a lot.
girls.
That's another thing. Like
Immediately pushing other girls aside for new girls.
well.
Changing interests.
And that's not to say that you deprioritize her. Like, you do this behavior with all girls. So,
Everyone's the priority.
So that's going to, like, the more you meet, that's going to start taking up a lot more of your time because you're going to have to keep real tabs on, and that's why pimps only have, maybe 6, 5, 7 at the most.
You can only fit
hoes in their stable.
You can only fit so many in a stable.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a shepherd with their herd. You don't want too many sheep because you got to reel these fucking things back into the fence at night.
Yeah, you can't have 30 horses in a stable built for 8. It's not going to work.
No. So
then you're also going to want to, all these girls, find out everything you can about their exes. Or guys, or
thing.
anybody.
You're going to have to keep tabs on their exes somehow, too.
Yeah.
So, again, the most realistic option may be just pop on the Wish app. You buy up maybe like a dozen of these
they probably
trackers.
have like 6 packs, 12 packs. And then, are you going to see if you can find one?
I'm going to see if I can find one.
GPS tracker. Yeah, you want to get those. You want to put them on everybody's cars.
We could probably just buy some up and have them like available that we sell.
Yeah.
And you just cut that.
Put a little NHP logo on there.
Yep. We come back from the cut. So we've got these trackers that you can actually buy.
Yeah.
So hit us up like privately in like a DM, and we can get you one of these trackers. You'll have to you got
to pay with Bitcoin,
Cash App, or whatever.
No, it's like a blockchain thing.
Yeah, it's a blockchain thing.
It's an NFT tracker blockchain thing.
And
you could put these on everybody's cars. Did you find any on there? How much are they? I'm curious on how much GPS trackers are.
Yeah, how much are we charging here? Let me find out. Exactly.
I'm thinking you could probably get one for $12 on the Wish app. I'm saying that's like the average price. But
all right, so we are looking at about $10. $10 for nope. We got one offering $1.
$1.
Yeah. Should we buy up some of these? Should I buy it?
Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. We can get it in 6 months.
Oh no! I said, the full set is $9, so about $10 a pop. So I'm thinking we cut all this, and we pay the $9, and we
sell them for $25.
So if you head over to the Natural Habitat Podcast web store right now, we've got these trackers in stock. Or they will be arriving once
we have pre-orders.
Yeah,
available now.
The ports are jammed up. Supply chain, China. Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing about when I was on acid and I was thinking about all my weird stuff. I was thinking about China and how remember when we were kids and old just seemingly racist guys would be like, we're going to be China one day. They're going to own us. You better learn Chinese.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Well, I get it now, man.
The global economy, yeah.
Because China is now the richest country in the world. And did you see the video of John Cena apologizing to China?
Yeah. Well,
calling Taiwan a country?
John Cena, though, has a back history with China as a personal, he's had personal ties to China, and so he has to I don't know, he has to kiss Chinese ass.
Yeah, but so does Hollywood. Hollywood has to, because they are starting to market and make movies based around the Chinese market because they get more money, and if the movie gets banned in China, then that's 80% of their profits gone.
Well, they're saying that the Chinese government is trying to manipulate the price of cryptocurrency by constantly changing their policy, because when the policy crypto changes, which it regularly does in China, is to just various laws that regulate it.
Yeah,
that affects directly, boom, fucking say they make it more restrictive, boom, fucking Bitcoin's sinking, because that's so much of the it's such a chunk of the global economy that of course that's taking a big hit. So but they're saying China is trying to manipulate that so that they can basically buy the dip. and then
Yeah.
you know, like
And just accumulate all this
and
fucking
yeah, you
Bitcoin.
know, they sell it off when you know, like it's high, and then we're gonna make the fucking market restricted, get it down, buy more up, fucking
Dang.
yep.
Yeah. So I was thinking about that.
That's the thing. That's like one of the biggest issues with like a decentralized, you know, global economy.
Yeah. And I saw this thing. It was just like, you know, weeks ago, I saw this. I want to say it was just a meme, just some dumb little short thing.
And these are all
And
things.
it was about
we may be going off topic, but these are all like
these
topics
will help
that,
you. Yeah.
yeah, like when you're on your date, like the global economy, crypto, China, all of these are great topics that you can bring up.
So we're really just giving you conversation and talking points.
Exactly.
And I was what was I talking about? I was on acid. It was China. I was thinking about. Oh yeah, the Age of Empires. That the Age of Empires is 250 years. That an empire is like a world power, and America is like 250 years old.
Ooh, we beat it. So we beat the.
Well, it's almost. It'll be 250 years old in like 2023 or something.
Yeah, but
like
our
that.
bicentennial like was the.
We're about to fall.
We should have fallen in 75, right? Or 76? 1976?
Was that 250 years?
No,
It's 200 years.
You said Empire's 200 years.
250 years.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we're, yeah.
Yeah, so 26?
Yep, 2026, world ending.
Yeah. So
Or no.
that's when
Yeah,
that's when China's going to take over.
China's going to take over
the
yeah,
leading
they're gonna-
superpower.
have you seen the remake of Red Dawn?
No.
Have you seen Red Dawn?
Yeah.
Like where the Russians come in? Yeah, they remade Red Dawn, and like this was probably like 2007 or 2008. So like things weren't even that woke. So like it like already seems like it might have been kind of like bad. But yeah, instead of Russians, it was the Chinese that are
Oh,
that
damn.
take over. Yeah. Yeah.
Red Dawn, and they just changed the country.
Yeah, they take over and like, you know, fucking lock up teenagers basically, and they all have to work together to overthrow the Chinese government from like
That's what's going to happen, dude. You and me are going to be we're going to be Hogan's heroes.
Yeah.
That's the whole vision that I had in my acid trip. I was like, China's going to take over. We're going to be put in some concentration camp. There's going to be a Chinese guy that's like, I know nothing or whatever, you know, like the guy. I know nothing, that guy.
Oh, yeah, Colonel Klink.
Yeah, but
Colonel
he would
Klink.
do it like in a Chinese accent.
Yeah.
That I'm not going to do. And it's going to be us, dude. We're going to be Hogan's. So yeah, that's something you could talk about on a date. You could use my story if you want.
Yeah, or just trying to like think of like
or your own version of that.
But first, you're gonna have to get this date, and that's where we're trying to get you. So.
And another thing that you're going to want to do while you're going and you're finding out all of her, you know, information and all of her ex's information, you want to find a picture that's, you know, years old, or preferably over 100 weeks on Instagram, and you're going to want to like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people are afraid of, you know, going through and accidentally liking a picture when they're stalking someone's profile, but you're going to want to make yourself known, make your interest known. That's the same as,
I mean, that's
if you're in person saying, hey, I really like you, you know?
Oh, yeah. Like if you scroll through someone's like, especially on like Facebook or like something like, I mean, Instagram
Or in their Twitter media.
Nobody does that. Like nobody really does that. So like if you go back and like somebody like super old content of anything, that's going
to raise a flag.
It's but like a good flag. Like
Yeah, a green flag.
Like the flag that we made. That's going to raise
Yeah,
that flag.
it's
It's going to
gonna
raise the two snakes fucking. And yeah.
Yeah. And then
We pop the flag in.
Absolutely. We need to get one.
Yeah, seriously.
Replace the flag with that. Then let's see. You want to meet all these girls. Then you want to impress this girl. Once you finally do get her to go on a date with you and talk to you, this is why we're giving you all these stories.
Over asking her out, or are we still?
Well, I mean, we went to meet more girls.
Oh, okay.
So you eventually find one that's down.
You want to have a backup in case something happens. Like you can hit somebody up at like 3 a.m. and be like, "Well, what's good?"
So in case it wasn't clear, you're constantly asking them out this whole time.
Yes, and then when you're not like asking these women, you're stalking these women. So you're basically like following them to periodically ask them, and like you just check in. You do it multiple times, and you got to keep distance to where like they can feel your presence, but they can't
not
necessarily
right
see you.
Yeah.
So maybe you're like leering around in like a corner,
and they can't confront you. And if they want to try to confront you, you have enough time to get away, enough distance.
Yeah, and you should always be like carrying like a bag of groceries or something, so
an excuse looks like to be there. Yeah.
I'm just coming from the grocery store, even if you're like on their property.
Wilted lettuce, you just fucking.
Yeah, I'm grocery shopping.
It's all juicy. So yeah, you want to give yourself an excuse to be there. You want to be around, and you want to constantly be asking, because people are fluid. Some people are gender fluid. A lot of people are emotionally fluid.
Yeah, there's a lot of ups and downs. So just because she didn't want to, give you the time of day, say 5 minutes ago, doesn't mean like she won't 5 more minutes.
Maybe she was feeling herself then. Maybe it was.
So like, I feel like, and that wasn't just a metaphor. I think 10 minutes is the right amount of time in between interactions.
The waves.
So yeah,
it's like when you're at the beach and like every like 5th wave is the big one.
Yeah, so like within 5 minutes, like maybe she's like started to be like, okay, maybe I should have given him a chance. And then another 5 minutes, like she's ready. She's juiced up. She's dripping. She's ready to go.
She's ready. And then once you finally get her to agree to this and hanging out with you and doing whatever with you, you want to impress her, right? You want to make sure that this girl thinks that you're interesting, suave, sweaty, nervous.
So what you're going to need to do is like spin like just a massive web of lies. You're just going to want to like lie and then back that up lie like with another lie that like just like leads you to more lies.
Yeah.
And
you want to retrace your steps. Always remember where you are in your web of lies.
Yeah, you're gonna.
You don't want to get caught in your.
You're gonna
web.
build like a Marvel universe of lies. So where like you've got just all
everything's
of these,
connected. Yeah.
Yes. Even if they do contradict each other, which in a lot of cases they do.
And the best way to remember all of this is to just always have everything be an opposite of everything else. So that way, you think of the truth. What's the actual truth? And you think of that, and then you go, what's the opposite of that?
Yes.
That's what I said.
Yes. And you're going to want to gaslight too. So like, say she catches you in a lie, you're going to want to use
How dare you?
Another lie to convince her that you weren't lying to where she questions like her original thought process.
And you're like, wow, how could you? You're so poisonous.
Or they. That's
or they.
I'm not being woke
or they.
enough.
Yeah. And then so you want to impress.
Yeah, because you're not impressive. Now, if you are impressive and you're watching this, and I'm just assuming you're not impressive, if you are impressive, you don't have to lie. Like just go out there and impress her.
Say the impressive thing.
Say, like
do the
you're really good
at.
Yeah, or like you like do like magic tricks.
Yeah.
Go up to her and do the magic tricks. Just cold. Just be like, hey, you want to see a card trick? Or whatever it is you do. Like I'm sure you've got, you probably don't have a talent, but if you do have a talent, go ahead and impress her with that. That doesn't work. Then you start spinning the lies.
Here, I'll teach everybody a trick. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is a good magic trick for. So first, this trick involves a cigarette.
Yeah. And
so if you don't smoke, you want to start smoking. You definitely want to start smoking.
Anyways.
So that'll make you look a lot cooler. It'll make you smell better. It makes you
smoke. So I just wanna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you guys.
So you want to be smoking, and then you want to find a girl that smokes, because one of the many rhymes that we have that help you remember these: if she smokes, she pokes. She does, and that's a rule as old as time. So you get your sickie.
Easy girls smoke cigarettes. Straight laced girls, they don't. That's the rule. So that's a good way to tell, like whether you're gonna get laid or whether you're gonna have to like marry this girl.
Yeah, and get played. Get laid or get played. And we're here to help you get laid.
Oh, I thought we were trying to get. So we're not trying to like set up like a long-term relationship. What's our end game here?
Well, we're
Are
trying
you guys trying to get laid, or are you trying to find a soulmate?
both, but definitely get laid first, and then we'll figure out the whole like.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll teach you to. You're going to have your pick, because you're going to be able to turn a prude into a lewd, a prude into a lewd.
And I think that also you have to have sex with this person to know if you want to spend the rest of your life with them. Like maybe they'll do something weird during sex. Like I've been watching 90 Day the Single Life, which is about people that were on 90 Day Fiance that got divorced and then are now on the dating scene. And one of the characters' moms is dating, and she's old. Her name's Debbie. She's like 80. And she hooked up with this guy, and he told her to shut the fuck up when they were fucking. The very first time they fucked, which is like a pretty aggressive thing to do on the first time. And that's almost like borderline sexual assault, if you ask me. The way that she told the story was like, seems a little aggressive of that guy to do that.
Sure. Well,
so you can't just be like, oh, I want to marry this guy before you even know that he's going to do that.
We all want to test drive the Lamborghini before we buy it, but without the insurance, they're not going to let you off the lot with it. Well, we are that insurance that's going to get you in the Lamborghini, so you can test drive it before you put 100,000 down on it.
So this is what you're going to do. You're going to get your Siggy, right? Classic Siggy. Now, this area of your thumb right here that's in between this knuckle and your nail, you want to give that a little lick, a little blap. Okay? Now, you're going to put this cigarette on here. See that? You squeeze it on there.
You just press it. You press it. If you
press
have
down.
a Camel Crush, you're going to hear the pop of the ball. You got to press it that hard.
Yeah, you squeeze it with all of your might. Now, you're doing this by yourself. You're in the corner. You're in the bathroom. You're in your car. This is prep work for a magician, okay?
But at this point, you've already told her that there's a magic trick coming, so you're going to want to be like, hey, you want to see a trick first.
Yeah.
And then you kind of like scamper off and then come back to present her with it.
Yeah. And then you say, behold, here's a cigarette, right? And then you go, and then you magically make the cigarette disappear. And you see it's stuck to your thumb. But you do it quick. You keep the angle right here so that way they can't see. You bring it back. You teach them that things are magic. Magic does exist. Magic is real. Yeah. And that magic is you. And you just came into their life, brought magic, literal magic.
Yes.
And a mystery.
Yeah.
And that is your way in the pocket. And by pocket, I mean vagina.
Yeah, you're trying, or
penis,
or whatever it is. I mean, like maybe you're
or mouth.
Maybe you don't want sex.
Maybe you're just trying to rob this person, and you literally want in their pocket.
Like an asexual life companion, and we're gonna they're gonna give up sex and be celibate with you.
Mm-hmm. So whatever it may be, magic is a good way to impress them.
Magic jokes are another good thing. I'm not gonna go through my list of jokes because I do have a list of jokes, and I mean they're all solid. I'm not giving those out, but skills maybe not just magic, but Magic the Gathering is another one that you're gonna want to be good at too. Magic the Gathering, and you could just have the cards with you. You know what I mean? Like you just show her your sickest magic card, your black mana or whatever the valuable ones you
because just like if she smokes, she pokes. If he cards, he's hard. Is another saying.
Yes.
If a guy plays Pokemon cards, he's got a hard
ladies,
dick.
Vice versa. Like if you're trying to get your man hard, you just show up with magic cards, I guess is what we're saying.
Yeah, magic cards. You do an unboxing or whatever. You open up a brand new pack.
Yeah. Yep. You do it on the internet and live stream it.
Do a live stream. Hold it up.
It's a pack break.
Pack break. We should do one of those. Actually, we should do that.
I got hella packs of cards.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like unopened ones.
I collect.
Do you have some that you could bring and that we could open?
Sports cards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh,
okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Next week.
We're gonna do a pack breaks. Pack break. So you want to impress her with the magic cards or him or them. And then that's, once you get in the pocket, then you decide where you want to go from
We're going to
there.
get your rocket in the pocket, and that's what...
Your rocket in the pocket, yeah. So after that, you want to do what we call the ultimate stalk.
Yes.
And that is, you're already following them. You already know where they are, where they go, their routines.
You're following them on social. You're following them in the streets. You're following them, to the dentist. You're following.
Yeah. And you're going to want to...
You got these trackers in place.
So now that you know the routine, you're going to want to skip ahead. So it's like, say if you're listening to a vinyl record and your two needles moving on the same
you're
groove.
listening to Ray Parker do the original Ghostbusters on your 7-inch.
And you got it on, it's spinning, and say she's one needle, and a classic 2-needle turntable.
Sure.
So you got another arm on there, you got another needle on there. And which is actually a pretty good metaphor because it's somewhere you're not supposed to be, which is following this person around. So you got 2 needles on this turntable, and you're going to want to go ahead and go from the groove behind this person and skip up to the groove ahead of this person. So you start showing up where they're going to be, where they're going to be.
Yes.
Hey, funny running into, you got your groceries, your bag of groceries. Funny seeing you here. You laugh a lot too, because people love sense of humor.
Yes, and after these interactions, you're going to have to make quick time to basically get to their next destination cartoonishly ahead of them, to where there should be no possible way that you can be there already.
But you're doing like a Ferris Bueller through a backyard.
You're gonna have to
kind of thing.
You're gonna have to veer off to where they don't see you cutting ahead, and then somehow drive. Say they're driving 50 straight ahead, you're going to have to drive 150 miles an hour so that you can just
go out and up.
What do you, so, yeah.
So, luckily movie
Ultimate
magic
stock.
will get you there.
Yeah, sure.
And you just want to show up everywhere that this person is, conveniently be around, and, just make yourself available, make yourself present, because it's statistically proven that people date someone that they've been around.
Yes.
Or that they were around.
Sure, it's going to be like any app-based gig work, to where that's going to be the biggest thing, is you just constantly being there.
Yeah, location is really what it's all about.
Inevitably, yeah, it's not going to matter your rating. It's going to matter your location and timing.
Absolutely. So you just want to always be there, always be available. So when you catch this high wave that we were talking about earlier, the dips and
there's a lot of metaphors here.
Everything's
And
wavy.
hopefully you've been taking good notes. I mean, if not, you're just going to have to replay this
we will.
dozen times.
Yeah, and we will have someone hopefully making a PowerPoint presentation about this.
Yes.
And then so next, once you're where they are, and you're, constantly around and available, you want to get your hands on their phone. All right.
Give me that phone.
Whether it's, you could, just kind of take it while they're in the bathroom, while they're eating or something and not paying attention. Or maybe while they're sleeping, you could grab the phone.
Or just aggressively, in front of them. I mean, it can either be without their knowledge.
Ooh, actually, that's
or
not a bad idea.
You just take it out of their hand and just,
You know what? This isn't a bad idea. You take, you put lifts in your shoes. You get some black clothes. You get a ski mask. You get gloves.
You pose as
a robber,
as
a common
yes.
robbingman.
Again, and then you're going to have to make really quick time here. So you're just going to have to again, all this is going to seem like a Scooby-Doo cartoon, but if you really are dedicated, then you're going to make this all work.
Yeah. And you can show up. They don't know it's you. You rob them for their phone, take their phone.
There's a tussle.
Yeah. You force them to unlock it.
Yep. So they get you show up as the robber, you take their phone, you show up back as your clothes, back in your clothes, and she's like, "Oh, my phone got taken." You're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go chase this guy down." Boom, boom, boom. You fake a tussle in the bushes, maybe make some rumbling noises, and then boom, book And then you just come back with the phone. You don't even have to like change again. You don't have to change back into the robber.
Yeah, you just come back with the phone.
So
because
that's really not that hard. You can pull that off totally.
Because all you really need to do, you have to have the phone long enough to share their location with you in Snapchat.
Yes,
or
and now if you guys both have iPhones, I'm going to suggest airdropping basically everything you have time to airdrop onto your phone while you've got it.
Yeah.
So then you've just got, I mean, God only knows what sort of information, what sort of intel.
Yeah, because that really is
It's all
intel
about
that'll
intel.
get you to this final step, which is marriage, which is finding someone that you could settle down with, you know?
Yeah.
And you want to know everything about this person. You want all the intel.
Yeah.
So you turn on their location, you airdrop all the intel, and now this is really going to help you keep track of this person and know. So you don't have to waste all the time and gas doing the tiny things. You know that they go to the post office once a week to send out packages to the needy or whatever, turkeys.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go there and
you
follow
can also
them. You can
probably
just watch them.
Yeah, you can get off of their phone. You can get their schedules. You can get you know like their like if they have any appointments or whatever, like that are auto.
Another good thing would be to scroll through their call logs, see who they've been talking to.
I mean, really, it's just going to depend on how much time you can manage before you have to pop.
And really, if you do this robber thing, you probably could buy yourself some time.
Yeah, so you're just going to have to fake like a really elaborate tussle to where like it might frighten her and she runs off, and that buys you a little bit more time, or to where
maybe
you can
even
both just like.
You could do like if you're close to the ocean, you could do like a pier thing, like where you rob her by the ocean, you jump off the pier, dive into the water, and then you kind of come up. You know how the piers have like a lower area sometimes that you could like bring a boat up to? So you climb up that, you change, you come up, you go, hey, how are you? Long time no see. Here I am again. You know, I'm everywhere. And then they go, oh my God, someone just took my phone and dove into the water. You dive into the water after this person.
Second time?
A second time you dive in as yourself, not
and
the
now
robber.
wouldn't you be like wondering like why you're all wet the first time when you pop in? Like,
well, you put on dry clothes, and then your hair just looks gelled.
Yeah, and she didn't see your hair before because you're wearing a ski mask.
Yeah, so your hair just looks like it's gelled, and you look fancy. If anything, you look better. I think that when your hair's a little wet, you look good. You know.
Again, you're gonna. I mean. Timing is key here.
So,
you're going to have to be working so fast.
So, well, it's all going to explain itself once you jump back in the second time. You dive down, you come back up, and you say, he has an underwater lair. I saw him go into it. I'm going to follow him. So now you dive back down. You go over to the platform, the boat platform, which they don't know about. You can't see it from the top of the pier. You know, you got to be down there. You got all the time in the world to scroll through that phone. You're in this underwater world. They don't know how big this underwater lair is. You know what I mean? This could be a whole network of buildings under there. So you're down there. You're doing your thing. You come back up. You have the phone.
I'm thinking like a lost city of Atlantis type.
Yeah,
that's what I'm envisioning with like a whole working government of like crustaceans and like a Little Mermaid type situation.
See, I'm thinking like an Atlantis mixed with like the Raccoon City or what was the Resident Evil thing? The like underground hive? Was it called the Hive? They're like whole complex.
There was something raccoon for sure.
So the Raccoon Hive, and you know, you really just go wherever you want with the story about what was down there, but you're down there, you're airdropping, you're looking through call history, you're saving contacts, you're finding out the inner workings and the movings and shakings of this person.
Yeah, maybe you've got now if you have the funds to spare, I'm pretty sure there's like a device that basically you just link a phone up to it and it copies the phone and everything on it, and then boom, you don't have to airdrop, you don't have to waste all that time. Just you know, like I'm picturing like a 60-second thing, like boop 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 boop, like And as long as you can get, as long as you've got that time, you can just copy the whole phone.
And then there's like parental apps that you could download onto their phone to where you could see like a live feed.
Maybe you just pop another one of those trackers that we're selling for $19.99 on
inside of their phone case.
Inside of their phone case. Yep, on the inside, right?
Yeah. A lot of phones don't even open anymore for the battery to come out, so people don't even take their case off.
Yeah,
so you got it in there. It's
we're giving you the tidbits that you need to get this date.
Yeah, and this will get you a genuine, love.
Yeah, so you're going to get all that. You're going to get all that info, and then you're also going to come back with that phone as the hero.
Yeah,
and if that's not enough to woo your sweetie, then you know what? It's going to be enough. And
there is no if that's not enough. That's going to do it. So. Hopefully we gave everybody, the tips that they need to find someone, because Valentine's Day is right around the corner.
We're almost to Christmas now, and that's the next thing the stores are going to be rolling out is those fucking Valentines. So, are you gonna be sitting at home, or are you gonna be getting some dome?
Yeah, it's really up to you because you have all the tools now. So. I hope that we didn't really get to any of the stuff that we were going to do.
Maybe just, should you just end with some clips of these random TikToks?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Cause here, this is actually good. People out there that say, I can't find anyone to love me. Well, here are a bunch of people that are out here actively looking.
Yeah, there's plenty of fish in the sea.
Yeah.
And here are a few, we don't have... I think their TikTok handles are on the videos. We don't have the ability to directly play Matchmaker here, but we're gonna provide you with some suggestions from a carefully curated portion of the dating pool.
Mm-hmm. So here it is.
For this Christmas season, I have a wish to have you together.
So this guy, he looks a little like Voldemort. Right? That's like a Harry Potter villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I thought this guy was I thought it was like a face swap for a second. But this is a real guy. And he's a German gentleman. There's a mall where he lives. And
I feel like we mock him now, but if he said he's in Germany.
I mean, it looks like it.
I think he's he would probably be a cool, very stylish German. Is that?
Yeah.
Does that seem right to you?
Yeah, he's probably super hip.
Yeah, he's probably 25 and super hip. So he might not even need. I mean, he might be fine, but
he just really wants to pick one. He wants to settle down.
You might have to really come with the strong game for this guy.
Yeah.
I know you're into me.
This fellow appears to be Russian, right? Looks Russian to you, either Russian or autistic, which we didn't get into. We'll have to do that.
We got a bunch of things playing here. All right.
I know you're into me. If you weren't before, you are now. Because you appreciate it's very good.
I mean, this guy's got confidence.
He's out there.
Yeah, he's a confident guy. He's out there. He's waiting to date you.
Yeah, exactly. He's got the little heart filter going on with his videos, so that shows you that he's a romantic.
He likes Michael Jackson.
Very available.
Okay. Got some leg work, huh? The greatest mullet daddy.
Yeah, that's a woman. Does that look like a woman to you?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna assume, but
I thought
what he might go either way. So that just opens his availability up to both genders. He's probably like
Well, it's probably a woman that transitioned into a man and is now a mullet daddy. Because look at these tits.
Yeah. So that's available to you.
I mean, there's tits, right?
And that handle is at the Great Mullet Daddy.
Yeah.
And then this guy likes to work out. This guy's quite a catch. Amazing smile.
Looks like the fucking Jack Nicholson
I mean, that
Joker.
smile just brightens the room up.
It really.
Just always smiling, just a happy guy, happy-go-lucky, really into exercising. Gym rat, a bit of a gym rat. He's out there. He's available to you. At Z Creative Guy. A dancer. Wow, this guy's... You can't even hate on his dancing moves. Like, he's got rhythm. He's got rhythm.
This guy's dancing. He's got rhythm. He's got confidence.
You don't have to worry about giving him a haircut.
He's got big body, little legs.
You don't got to worry about picking him up and eat shampoo.
I mean, think about the money that he saves. He buys children's jeans.
Yeah, and he's clearly doing all right financially. He's got a fucking pool table, and he's in like a sweet man cave.
Sports guy.
Yeah. This guy's doing. He's like a.
Also,
he's probably got a pension.
A good hack. A lot of people don't talk about this, but a good thing that you're going to want to do, especially if you're a guy that's out here dating a girl, talk sports. Girls love sports. It's like a thing that girls aren't into sports and guys are into sports.
Yeah.
I don't like sports, which just goes to show that girls love sports. So you should always talk sports.
And I do love sports.
Talk about the game.
And that just goes to show that I'm
girls love sports.
A girl.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
It is 2021.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, like, that's completely possible. So that's not outside the realm of possibility that I'm just a girl because I love sports. And then this he's rocking. He might be saying some hate speech. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
This guy is lit. I remember.
This shot is going to be off the wall.
Party guy, basketball guy, a trick shot. That was a sick trick shot.
Yeah.
Honestly.
See, this guy's out here. This guy's looking.
This guy he's
cooking.
He's a party animal. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, it's going to be like hanging out with Belushi for the weekend.
Yeah.
And look at these physiques. Look at these guys.
Yeah, these guys are out here.
They look like wrestlers, like professional wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
Like a tag team from
He looks like the Iron Sheik's son.
Yeah, like something that Vince McMahon would stick with, like a racist gimmick.
It's Brady here.
Jesus.
Yep.
This video is really good, but I can't. The audio's fucking too loud.
He's getting to know himself. He's more in tune with himself. Yeah.
I mean, that's
he's a pirate
can't
now.
play that. Yeah, he's got a Johnny Depp pirate
he's
vibe.
Got a straight edge. Is that a straight edge belt buckle or is that KKK?
Oh no, that's Triple X Vin Diesel.
Is it, or are those? We're not. You know what? Either way, he's passionate about. Yeah, those are X's. You're good. He's not a.
That was close,
not a necessarily a racist.
Oh, we can't play this either.
Okay, a lot of these guys are using copywritten music.
But that's the whole thing with TikTok, right? It's copywritten music.
If you're not watching the video format of this, like you're already lost. So.
Well, this should be good with copyright. This guy kind of changes enough.
Oh
I think.
yeah. So we've got like a guy who looks like gosh, he's like mashing up a whole bunch of styles and doing them all very poorly. He's got like a rockabilly pompadour. He's got like Oakley's, like,
yeah.
He's got, his style is just a mishmash. But
this guy reminds me of like a Jersey Shore Scott Storch.
Okay, yeah.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
Okay, yep, we can flag right there.
Yeah, we probably just do that.
So yeah, these are just and fellas, or if you're complaining that we didn't show you any women, just know that there are far, far fewer women out there available than these guys. So,
well, this is a woman.
Okay.
Hello, ladies. Do you like me? I am the Joker.
Okay, so happy hunting to you guys. We hope that you find your soulmate,
your one,
your sweetie. And you know what? With the tidbits in the game that we've given you today, I think that you guys can go from pulling your wiener to pulling pulling your dick to pulling a chick.
There it is. That was good. Good save. So happy hunting. Should we give? Is happy hunting too much? Like legally?
No, yes. So again, like, you know, if you have to physically hunt them, like in some sort of, you know, I mean, you're gonna want to consult your attorney there.
Yeah,
we're not telling you one way or the other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Natural Habitat Recordings.